Look around you. How many men walk through life without ever having learned the art of power? They were molded to be helpful, reliable, agreeable, the guy who shows up when called, the one who solves everyone's problems except his own. Your father may have taught you to work hard, to be honest, maybe even to respect people. But did he teach you how to dominate an environment without uttering a word? Did he teach you that excessive availability is weakness, that emotional control separates kings from servants? Probably not, because most fathers were raised the same way, docile, obedient, conditioned to fit in, not to dominate. 500 years ago, a man named Niccolo Machiavelli observed human nature with a clarity that few have dared to achieve. He didn't write fairy tales. He didn't promise that goodness always triumphs. He described the world as it truly is, a stage where power, strategy, and discipline triumph over innocence, where the man who cannot be controlled, manipulated, or used prevails over those who live for the approval of others. Machiavelli understood something fundamental. Reality does not respect gentleness. It never has. It never will. The world belongs to the strong, the calculating, those who see things as they are and adapt without hesitation. You were raised in a protective fantasy, a bubble built to keep you obedient and manageable. They told you to be good, work hard, and everything will be all right. They told you to share, be kind, avoid conflict, trust people, and you believed it because you were just a child. But then reality hit hard. You entered the real world and discovered something terrifying. Nobody cares about your intentions. Nobody rewards kindness for its own sake. The game isn't fair. People lie, betray, take advantage. They smile in your face and stab you in the back the instant it benefits them. Suddenly you're confused, angry, feeling betrayed. The rules you learned don't match the world you live in. Machiavelli understood this centuries ago. The world doesn't belong to the innocent. It belongs to the strategic. You can spend your whole life wishing the world were different, or you can use that energy to become powerful enough to thrive in the world as it really is. Childhood taught you to be good. Adulthood demands that you be intelligent. Are you ready to open your eyes and see the stark truth? Or will you remain trapped in the illusions you were taught? When people think of you, what comes to mind? A man they respect, admire, whose word carries weight and whose presence commands attention? Or a tool they can use whenever they need something? The reliable guy who always helps, the dedicated team member. On the surface, this sounds honorable. It seems like a virtue. Your father probably praised you for being helpful. Society certainly rewarded you with approval for being useful. But here's the trap no one warned you about. When you're always fixing things for others, you become a resource, not a leader. Not someone with authority, just a useful object they keep around. Useful men are called when something is broken. Powerful men are called when decisions need to be made. Useful men are praised for their effort. Powerful men are feared and respected for their presence. Machiavelli knew this profoundly. He understood that the worst position a man can occupy is to be indispensable to another person's comfort. Because the moment you become too available, too useful, too eager to please, you lose your value. You become predictable, expected, taken for granted. Think about the people in your life right now. Those who only call when they need something, who disappear when you need help, but expect you to drop everything for them. These people don't see you as powerful. They see you as useful. Powerful men don't live to serve. They create influence. They set direction. They build systems where others depend on them, not the other way around. They contribute. Yes, but on their own terms. With limits, with conditions. I'm not saying to become a selfish monster who refuses to help anyone. I'm saying stop becoming so accessible that people forget you have your own life, your own goals, your own path. When you become the person everyone runs to, you're not powerful. You're just convenient. And the moment you stop being convenient, the instant you say no, when you finally prioritize yourself, you'll see how quickly people forget you. Build yourself into a man people need to earn access to, not out of arrogance, but because your time, energy, and presence are genuinely worth something. Stop being a tool in someone else's hand. Start being the architect of your own empire. Constant availability destroys respect. When you're always there, always responding, always ready to drop everything for someone else, you train people to take you for granted. Scarcity creates value. It's always been that way. It's basic economics, basic human psychology. Think of anything expensive in this world. Gold, diamonds, exclusive access. Why are they valuable? Not because they're inherently better, but because they're rare, difficult to obtain. Scarcity itself creates value. Your time works the same way. Your attention works the same way. Your presence works the same way. The moment you freely distribute it to anyone who asks, it becomes worthless. Powerful men understand this instinctively. They don't answer every call. They don't reply to every message in seconds. They don't rearrange their entire day because someone asked, and they don't feel guilty about it. Not out of rudeness, not out of arrogance, out of self-respect. When you become scarce, something magical happens. People begin to value your presence. They stop assuming you'll always be available. They approach you differently, with more respect, more appreciation, more awareness that your time has value. Machiavelli once said it's better to be feared than loved. If you can't, be both. But here's what most people miss. Scarcity creates both. People fear losing access to you and cherish the rare moments when they actually can. Their absence makes their presence more powerful. Think about the people you truly respect. Are they constantly available? Are they always the first to respond, or do they have boundaries, standards, a life they prioritize? Their time is currency. Their attention is power. The moment you start treating them as cheap and unlimited, everyone else will too. Let's talk about something most men struggle with their entire lives: emotions. You've been misled about feelings your whole life. From childhood, society has fed you a narrative. Express yourself, be vulnerable, let it all out. And of course, there's a time and place for emotional expression, with trusted people, in private moments, in appropriate contexts. But on the battlefield of life, in competition, in business, in social dynamics, emotions are weakness. A button people can push to control you. When someone makes you angry, frustrated, jealous, guilty, what do? You react. You say something you regret later. You make a decision based on how you felt in that heated moment, not on what was actually intelligent. And that reaction, that emotional outburst, is exactly what they wanted. Because the moment you lose control of your emotions, another person gains control over you. Emotional men are manipulated like puppets. They are lured into arguments they shouldn't have. A compliment and they become loyal. An insult and they're ready to burn bridges. A guilt trip and they do things against their own best interests. Cold doesn't mean cruel. It doesn't mean heartless. It means clear, calculated, in control. You feel everything, but you decide how, when, and if you're going to respond. Machiavelli understood this better than almost anyone. He knew that the ruler who lets emotions dictate his actions will lose everything. Anger makes you reckless. Fear makes you weak. Pride blinds you to reality. Love makes you stupid. Master the interval between feeling and acting. When someone insults you, pause before responding. When they try to provoke you, pause and ask yourself why they want you emotional. In that pause, you regain your power. In that pause, you think like a strategist instead of reacting like a child. You need to be ruthless sometimes, not malicious, not sadistic, but willing to do what's necessary even when it makes others uncomfortable. Most men avoid this their whole lives because they want to be liked. They want approval. So they say yes when they should say no. They stay in situations that drain them. They tolerate disrespect because setting a boundary might hurt feelings. They sacrifice dreams to keep the peace. And that's not kindness, it's weakness disguised as virtue. Necessary cruelty means cutting out people who consistently waste your time and energy. It means saying no without explanation. It means prioritizing your goals over the comfort of others. It means being willing to walk away from anything or anyone that doesn't serve your growth, even if they're in your life forever. Do you think successful men got where they are by being kind to everyone, making everyone happy, avoiding difficult conversations? No, they made tough choices. Machiavelli said, "A prince must learn to be different from the good, not because goodness is bad, but because clinging to gentleness in every situation, refusing to be firm, trying to please everyone, will destroy you. Sometimes you have to be cold. Sometimes you have to be tough. Sometimes you have to hurt feelings. Sometimes you have to choose yourself above all. And that's not selfishness. It's survival. It's self-respect. The people who make you feel guilty for having boundaries are usually the same ones who benefit from you not having any. The people who call you selfish for prioritizing yourself were often the ones who exploited your altruism. Stop apologizing for your decisions. Stop explaining yourself to people who wouldn't understand anyway. Kindness without strength is self-destruction. Be strong first. Be kind when you can afford it. How many decisions did you postpone this week waiting for someone to agree with you? How many dreams did you postpone this year because you needed someone else's permission? How many times in your life have you changed direction, abandoned goals, or diminished your ambition because someone disapproved? If the answer is more than zero, you are not free. You are a prisoner, not behind physical bars, but behind something worse, the prison of other people's opinions. Autonomy means making decisions based on your own vision, not on someone else's comfort. It means trusting yourself more than the crowd. It means having the courage to be misunderstood, criticized, doubted, judged, and to move forward anyway. Powerful men don't ask for permission. They don't seek validation before acting. They don't need a yatai say committee to approve their decisions. They decide, act, and deal with the consequences. Machiavelli warned extensively about this. He said that a ruler who relies on the goodwill of others for his destiny will fall the moment that goodwill disappears. And it always does. People are fickle. Opinions change like the weather. Support evaporates when you need it most. The only foundation you can truly trust is yourself, your judgment, your standards, your vision, your commitment to your own path. Stop waiting for applause before you move. Stop seeking approval before you decide. Stop asking permission from people who have no authority over your life, your rules, your responsibility, your consequences, your rewards. The moment you truly internalize this, everything changes. Because now you're not performing for an audience. You're building for yourself, living for yourself, answering to yourself. And that's when you become untouchable. That version of you that pleased everyone, that constantly sought approval, that avoided conflict, that played it safe. That version needs to die. Now, you can't become powerful while clinging to weakness. Every successful man has killed previous versions of himself. The broken version, the weak version, the uncertain version. They recognized those old selves, thanked them for bringing them there, and buried them. Then they built something better, something stronger. Machiavelli said that a ruler must reshape himself as the times demand, not because he is false, but because evolution is survival. The man who refuses to change dies in every way that matters. Which version needs to die today? The one that says yes to everything? Kill it. The one that fears judgment? Kill it. The one that waits for permission? Kill it. The one that tolerates disrespect? Kill it. Destroy every outdated identity that keeps you weak. Then rebuild from scratch based on strength, strategy, and self-respect. This isn't your life if you continue being who you've always been. Transformation happens through decision, and that decision needs to be made now. If this content impacted you, if it caused discomfort, great. That discomfort is growth knocking at your door. Don't ignore it. Like this video as a commitment to change. Share it with a man who needs to hear this. Subscribe to this channel because we're just getting started. Every video here is designed to make you stronger, more insightful, more strategic. Leave your comment, even if anonymous. Let me see who is ready to walk this path. Remember, you are not behind because of your past. You are only behind if you refuse to transform. Close this video and immediately do something different. Set a boundary. Say no. Make a decision without seeking approval. Start now. Rebuild yourself. Become untouchable.